Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down and is going to take a shot. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
And on this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups, because that time the defense won. They were able to high point the football, creating the interception.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Comes out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Judkins.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that time with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
They're working that left side. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Pressure coming. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Smith. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Marches ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Line gets set, 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll give it to the back. Running with power. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Fourth and a long way to go, but the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. Keeps the legs moving. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
They'll run play action. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes.
8 yards on the play. Now, a 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 14, Alabama 0.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. On 4th down, looking for the completion.
And that's a play on 3rd down.
Great move. Now he's got room. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, This guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Working that left side now. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Second and goal for the offense. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Throws to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Back to throw. It's Milroe. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out.
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Line gets set, first down. Here's the handoff. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Now the play fake. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Running back searching for a hole. Shakes off the tackler. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Ohio State 21, Alabama 0.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Still running at the 40. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field, and they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years. This dude right here fits that mold to a T. Love watching this guy play.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Howard. Looking for a deep man. Got it. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
Ohio State, number 17, with the catch and score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. that Alabama offense. Miller with the ball. At the 35, he's loose. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They're going to ride this running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadic.
And they get the sack right out of the gate.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back, trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the first down, but he did get nice yardage, so I'm curious to see what they do here on 4th.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
He turns that loose down the right side. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Bob.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
0.
Yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Clock winds inside a minute to play here in the 3rd. To the air, it's Milroe. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Let's it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. 4th down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the punishment has been extended. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Henderson. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 42, Alabama 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll start this drive with a pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. A new set of downs after the completion. He's going to pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Got some room to run. The 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And they tacked on the extra point. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. Fielded in the end zone, it's Henderson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A strike downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Milroe. They're trying to get to him. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
He's going up top here late in the game. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's wrapped on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to move it through the air. He'll take the deep shot. And he makes the grab at the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. He's looking to throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. With jet sweep pass. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Love the call here going RPO on 3rd down, and obviously you're giving your quarterback choices, but the defense gave them a look that was conducive to handing that football off. So good decision by the quarterback and nice push up front.
Got it behind the line. It's Smith. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick this one away.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back.